Welcome to Sushi Fractions. This game will help reinforce your fraction identification and drawing skills. So click play. Okay, so you see right here you have a client order and your customer's name is Miss Clara. Here it says accuracy required 70%. So she's a flexible customer, which means you don't have to be perfect for her to be a satisfied customer. The object is to try to make all 8 of your customers satisfied. But some of your customers require more accuracy than others. Okay, so it says I'll have my sushi with 1/3 avocado, 5/12 tuna, and 1/4 shrimp. Well, you have to try to draw this fraction. So I'm going to start with the easiest one in my opinion, which is 1/4. So I'm going to click and drag, or touch and drag if I'm using an iPad, to make my fourth. And then 5/12. Okay, so I know 5/12, so a little bit less, than 1/2. So 1/2 would be a straight line down. So let's make this like that. And so I've made my fraction, and here the resulting fraction is 1/3. So I'm going to drag the shrimp over to where I made 1/4, drag the tuna over to where I made 5/12, and drag the avocado over to 1/3. Now let's see how accurate am I. When I click send, it'll compare my answers to the actual answers. So I was 99% accurate. That is pretty good when you're having to make 3 fractions and you see these red lines show you exactly where the fractions are supposed to be. So click OK. So I made one satisfied customer. Now the customer is Mr. Nussbaum himself. 70% accuracy required here. So again, I see my 1/4 tuna. So I'm going to make 1/4. 5/8 shrimp. That's a little bit more than 1/2. So let's say this would be about where I think 1/8 goes. Okay, so the rest is 5/8. So shrimp would go here. The tuna would go where 1/4 is, and the avocado would go where 1/8 is. Let's see how accurate I am. I was only 80% accurate at that time, which is okay. I've still satisfied the customer who only required 70%. As you see, I made my 1/8 section too large, and my 5/8 wasn't large enough. So I click OK. My customer now is Mr. Williams, so it says I'll have my sushi 5/8 avocado and 3/8 tuna. So this looks to be, for me, about 5/8 avocado, 3/8 tuna. Click send. I was 98% accurate, so I was very close to getting it exactly right. So I click OK. Now I have three customers who are satisfied. Look at this one. I'll have my sushi 1/6 avocado, 1/2 tuna, and 1/3 shrimp. So I know 1/2. Yeah, I just extend this line all the way down. Okay, so 1/3 shrimp. Let's see. I'd say 1/3 is about, I don't know. This is going to be a guess. Right there. Alright, so 1/2 tuna, 1/3 shrimp, and 1/6 avocado. Let's see how close I was. Pretty good, 98% accuracy. So I click OK. And now I start to get a demanding customer. So let's do one more. 1/3 avocado, 2/3 tuna. I have to be pretty close here. This looks to be me about 2/3 tuna, 1/3 avocado. If I ever don't like the lines I've drawn, I can just click start over and it'll clear out the sushi. So I click send, and I was 94% accurate that time, and I only had to be 80%. Anyway, so I've made 5, and in fact, there's a couple clients who are hardcore that demand 90% accuracy. Anyhow, so out of all 5 of my clients or my customers have been satisfied. There's a total of 8. If you get all 8, well, you don't even have to get all 8. At the end, you can print out a list of all your customers and how accurate you were in fulfilling their orders, and then your total accuracy. And then you can also see the number of satisfied customers and dissatisfied customers. This is a great program for conceptualizing what fractions really are.